Enemy armor destroyed.
Hello, Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. And today I have 3 replays to show you in the Tier 8 German tech tree tank destroyer, the Jagdpanther 2. Now this is it's a tank destroyer which I've always really enjoyed. I've got these 3 replays to show you today. They're actually old replays that I'd saved up for quite some time, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to clear some space on the hard drive and get a video out in this tank today. If you want to see the equipment and crew setup I run in the Jagdpanther 2, you'll be able to see that at the bottom of the screen as I speak. But the first replay we have for you today is on Karelia, and it is Tier 9 matchmaking. And you can see we have 2 enemy artillery in the game, but I think no enemy light tank. So initially I set up in a standard sort of tank destroyer position from this spawn, and try and get any shots in the tanks which cross, and I do manage to get a nice shot into that medium which crosses. Enemy tank destroyer then gets spotted out in the open to T30, and I've got some good shots there. So this is a good sort of standard tank destroyer position. I'm going to play as a tank destroyer at the start, the initial start of this game, and it's worked out pretty well for me at the moment. Get a good start to the game, really, picking up 3 shots of damage already, put myself onto 1,400 damage. And still lots of damage remaining. There's quite some good positioning by our team. Our friendly team have already won the hill area, which is going to make our life easier. It's going to keep these tanks spotted and give us more options to get shots in, and then we can potentially move forward later on in the game if we need to do that. But at least for the start, I'm just going to try and get what I can out here. You do have to be careful you don't get blind fired in this location. Sometimes enemy artillery, depending where they are, will just start to shoot at you here as well, because there's not too many positions for a tank destroyer on this map, and this is kind of an obvious position, so sometimes you do get blind fired, but as it stands at the moment, that's not really happening for me. So even Stevens game at the moment, 14 versus 14, but finally the enemy heavy tank pokes further enough out for us able to pick up our first kill of the game, and now we're going to try and move further forward and see if we can get some more damage out of this game. I think I'm going to opt to actually move up on towards the top of the hill here. Looking at our position of our team, our friendly team kind of won the other side as well on the 1-2 line. If they're going to start pushing forward now, they might end up lighting tanks which are at their base, and then we can potentially get some shots into those. Because at the moment it's a pretty close game still, although we're taking some pretty good control of the map, I would say. I'm going to move in and just get rid of this one-shot tank here, if it means I eat one for it. It's taking too long for our team to kill that tank. I thought I'd just eat the shot and just kill him. So, worth it now. We picked up our second kill, and it just frees up the hill for our team to start moving further forward. I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to opt to just try and use the top of the hill, because I could have tried to get in a position to shoot the enemy tank destroyers in the sort of K1-2 line, but I was worried about the artillery just constantly shooting at me. Could be a little bit awkward, and hopefully we might be able to spot something on the base. If our waffle spots something on the base, and we can start to get some shots into them. Now the base does get detected, and that's going to allow us an opportunity to get some shots in with a bit of luck. We do pick a shot in there, put us on to just shy of 3,000. We actually track him in place, I believe, and we pick up about 800 as track assistance there. Oh no, it actually might have even been spot assistance, but yeah, either way, we get some decent assistance in there as well, which is nice. Starting to take a little bit, it's going to our favour now this game. We have got a 4-tank lead, and 3 of the tanks have been spotted just below us. 2 of the tanks have been spotted up near the 1-2 line. I do have to be careful if I get detected where I am. I am kind of sitting out in the open, so I could get taken out, so I've got to be a little bit careful of that. But I want to try and get some shots in. Looks like this enemy medium tank is going to cross. Enemy tank destroyer, is that? Sorry, no, heavy tank, sorry. Tiger crosses, and we're able to get a shot into him there. We do pick up 2 shots damage, puts on to about 3,600 damage with 2 kills. This game is, we're going to win this at this stage. I'm going to move in now and just closing the distance, just try and get there. And maybe we'll pick up a bit more of assistance. If not, we can just try and get some more shots of damage in. Enemy medium tank gets there, Centurion gets spotted, we get another shot into him, puts us on to just above 4,000 damage now, and because we're pushed further forward, we've detected those targets. We've actually started to pick up some assistance as well, which has put us on to about just shy of 2,000 assistance there as well, which is always nice. And I'm going to keep going forward, and hopefully I can spot the other tanks. There was 3 tanks down the bottom, so I should be able to come behind them here at this point and try and get some more. I just want to get as much out of this game as I can before it comes to an end, because yeah, I can't see us losing this game at this point. Do pick up more assistance there, putting us on to about 2,500 assistance damage, and now we are behind these tanks. I'm still thinking there'll be a tank in their base, but I'm not getting shot from that at the moment. I am able to get shots into this enemy tank destroyer here. Going to look to try and finish him off if I can, and just try and get another one in. Put us on to about 5k damage would be nice if we can squeeze one in. Hopefully should be able to pick up the pen here. We do. But that puts us just shy of the 5,000 damage mark with 2 kills remaining, and we've got 3 kills so far as well. Now there's only the 1 tank remaining. Will we be able to get the final shot in? He is actually full health at the moment, so I'm hoping, oh, maybe I'll get another shot in. It would be nice, because that would put us above the 5,000 mark, but he's got a lot of tanks swarming in on him at the moment, and his hit points are vanishing in front of us. Unfortunately, we don't get that last shot, but we do finish it off quite nicely for a tier 9 matchmaking. We do get the 3 kills, 5,000 damage, 2,600 assistance, and the ace tanker and the high caliber there. But we've got 2 more replays to come, so let's move on to the second replay. Okay, so here we are for the second replay, and actually the final replay. I know I said at the start there was going to be 3 replays, but during recording I found out that one of the replays didn't actually work properly, which was a shame. But we still got 2 for you today, and the final one here is on Berlin, where we are top tier, and there's 1 enemy artillery in the game. Now this tank is actually a beast when it's top tier, because that gun just rinses through tanks, and the armour actually can work as well. You definitely can bounce shots as well when you're up top tier. So initially we're just going to start here, and we're just using this kind of dead wreck as a bit of cover, and we're going to see if we can get any early damage in, and we do manage to do that off of that enemy death chariot there, picking up a shot of damage, rolling for 500, and we're just going to try and protect ourselves, or at least hide our lower plate off of that tank. I opted to move forward to try and get more into the game, and try and get some more damage, and we kind of thought here, I might actually be able to use this, sort of climb up this position to try and get side shots on those enemy tanks down the 1-2 line there. But I've got to be a little bit careful of that enemy death chariot that doesn't start paying attention to us. So I am in a position where I can try and get shots in, but obviously I don't have a turret, so it's kind of awkward. But when tanks poke like that, they do allow us to get shots in, and I was able to take out an enemy light tank there, which was nice, picking up our first kill of the game. Just keeping an eye on that enemy death chariot there on the left, just in case it decides to push me. But the shots are, kind of drying up on that side. Well, as our team push forward, the enemy team get pushed back a little bit. So I'm going to try and turn my attention to this death chariot, because I think we are losing the 9-0 line. Because you can see most of our forces this side, which means I want to try and, if I can, win this side quicker, so that I'm able to then try and help out my team on the other side of the map. So I'm looking to try and get some shots in here where I can. I am actually unspotted. I mean, the concealment's not, it's not terrible on this tank, to be honest. It's actually pretty good. I got it down to about 283 as well. So it has sort of a right armour, really good gun as you can see there, and the concealment's okay as well. So I just really like this gun. It's just always got on quite well with this tank. Unfortunately, a big shot there off of the death chariot, which puts on to 800 hit points. I then eat a second one, and that's not an ideal engagement there. I'm left now on sort of just above 500 hit points. So I really need my team now to start pushing down the 1-2 line quicker to come behind these tanks, because as you can see, we've lost the other side. Enemy team are going to start making their way into our base, so we need to try and not delay here if we're going to want to try and win this game. But I do need the help from my team, to be honest with you, because being on 500 hit points, it's awkward pushing a death chariot there, if I'm honest, as his hull down as well. So looking for a potential shot here. Got slim shots. I'm going to go for the cupola. I do actually pen the cupola, which puts him onto a one shot to us, which is great. Put us onto about 2,000 damage. Got to try and finish this tank off if I can. They are pushing me now. I want to try and finish off the death chariot. Thankfully, I do that. That frees us up, gives us a lot more space. But now I'm going to try and push further forward because the enemy team, which as I say, I'm kind of thinking are going to make the way towards our base and could potentially cap us out. So we're going to go and try and come around this middle to see if I've got shots on some enemy tanks. But I am detected and that also targeted as well, which is not ideal. Must be something in the courtyard there which could potentially shoot us. Trying to lose my spot, and then this is the enemy tank destroyer comes around. It's a G-saw. I'm thinking it's a Wover, but he pens one, bounces one, and then he misses a second shot, and I think he's reloading here, and that was lucky because that could have gone differently. Thankfully it went my way and we ended up finishing off that G-saw there, picking up our 4th kill of the game, bringing us to a 7 versus 4 situation. It looks like an enemy tank is coming behind us, which is full health, so I'm going to wait here to try and get a shot into this enemy IS-6, I believe. Put a nice shot into him, tracking him in place there as well, and hopefully we can get another shot there through his drive wheel again to track him in place. Just hoping he bounces his shot at this point. I'm hiding my lower plate, as you can see, off of this wreck here. He does bounce his shot off of the superstructure. Puts me on to about 5,000 damage with one tank remaining, who is full health actually. So get a big shot into that enemy tank destroyer there. Should be able to land another one if he doesn't get taken out by our team, which will put us on to close to 6,000 damage. So I'd love to try and get this shot in. I do in fact do so, and can we get that final shell to pick up the Top Gun medal? No, unfortunately get shut down by our friendly team, but we still have a good game there, having just shy of 6,000 damage with 5 kills, which should bring us enough for the ace tanker. It does indeed, and a high caliber. So thanks for your amazing support as always. Happy tanking.